Well, when we're not talking about games getting woke, we're talking about one of gamers' most. If you want to see someone recoil who's played games for a long time, you need only utter a single word. Well, a hyphenated word, I think, and that is microtransaction. Now, this week, Dragon's Dogma 2 came out, and by all means, other than optimization issues, people really like the game. There's a lot of fandom in this area, and people have been pointing out some of the insane microtransactions which rolled out not until after all of the reviews came out. Now, to be fair, many are defending it, saying that you can earn many of these things in the game, blah, blah, blah. And while that may be true, to me, it makes you question everything, right? When you are selling fast travel, when you are selling changes to your character, it just makes me wonder, did you make the game a little bit harder to, did you ruin my quality of life so that I can fast travel or that I'll be more inclined to buy your fast travels? There's a huge backlash around it. People are defending the game, and I want to give them their fair share, right, and their fair shake. But let's take a look at this. You have to, I tweeted, you have to pay $2 every time you want to make a new character or edit your character in Dragon's Dogma 2. It's a single player game, a $70 game that you also have to pay for fast travel. Wanted to try this one, but there's no way. And I put a list of an enormous amount of real money options that have been added to this game, a total of $42 for their DLC. Now, from what I understand, you do not need any of these items to enjoy the game. The problem is when you're selling things like fast travel or, restore the dead to life for $1, or they're selling you rift crystals. They're selling you crystals. You know what sells you crystals? Mobile games, which are free to play. Okay? When they're selling you fast travel, things like that. Now, there are people, for example, who defend this. Peter Pischke writes, entirely optional. All of it is already in the game. It's just Japanese gaming preferences for tiny quality of life purchases. It's still a great game. That might be true. Okay, the game might be fine. Okay, the problem is when you're selling quote unquote quality of life upgrades, all it makes me think is that, did you make this a little bit more difficult so I would be more inclined to want to, purchase these quote unquote, these quote unquote, quality of life things? Did you make it more difficult? Now, people say you can buy this stuff in game fairly easily. Sure. And it's possible. It's possible that a super huge mega gaming corporation definitely didn't make the game more difficult to extract more money for you. It's possible. It's 100% possible. Ubisoft has been almost the exact same since 2017. Ghost Recon games, Metro games, to pay for the highest difficulty when release was a thing. The newer Far Cry games. I feel like I've been on a different planet. If you look at these transactions, yes, you can play the game without purchasing this, but it greatly, greatly erodes trust. Now, of course, the biggest problem is the optimization, but when you look at the Steam reviews, mostly negative. Hey, Capcom, you can purchase a, quote, good review DLC for $1.99. Gamers don't like this crap. I think, was it Capcom back in 2017? I feel like, was it Capcom that at one time defended having DLC on the disc? Meaning, this is back when disc media was still a thing. Or was it 2007? I feel like it was Capcom who, you bought the game. The content was on the disc that you bought, but you had to pay them more money to unlock it. You could see was putting together a compatibility guide for the game, which required me to use various Proton versions. Apparently, each of these counted individual PC and triggered de novo tamper protection. Now I can't play on any of my systems for the crime of trying to help more users enjoy the game. Oh yeah, don't forget that they're pushing de novo, which makes no sense. And then the other, the always online crap. I mean, gamers also do not like de novo. You say, I really wanted to like this game. I played the original on PS3. I did not expect the game to barely push 40 FPS in the wilderness at minimum settings with DLSS on ultra performance. So it's not, optimization is the issue. Going to keep it short. De novo, which everyone hates, bad optimization, microtransactions, do not buy. And like when you look at de novo, basically this is an anti-tamper. It's like a DRM protection, so people don't, pirate games, but it ends up killing performance. And obviously there's, microtransactions in a single player game. Can't delete save data, start new game if you mess up your character during content creation or character creation. People right here recommend you do not have to spend $1.99 to change the look of your character. You can spend 500 RC, which you get from ending monsters or pawn-related things. Yes, you can play the game without buying the microtransactions. I think that is a fair point. Most people are saying, hey, it's mostly about the optimization issues, things like that. But people generally recoil when you offer these quote-unquote quality of life things, because it makes people think that, did you make this a little bit harder? I think it gives you 10 fast travel save points. So you get 10, and if you want to buy any more than 10, then you have to pay them money. So the argument from people is that, well, you can get 10 fast travel points. If you want more than 10, then you have to pay for it. To me, why? Why is that even a thing you sell? Why can't I just have unlimited fast travel points? This is like a needless thing to make my life more annoying, to make the gameplay more annoying. I mean, depending on how large the world is, depending on how large the world is in which you're playing, this is an enormous annoyance. Now, Capcom has posted a message on Steam for Dragon's Dogma 2. They are investigating, addressing the bugs and crashes and bug fixes. This is obviously the most important part. They're looking to add the ability to restart the game. They've also clarified items that can be obtained in-game or as paid DLC, and they're looking to improve performance. It says it went from Game of the Year contender to a shady microtransactioner in 2.5. I really want to play this game, though. If they want to improve performance, they should try removing de novo, which is true. Meanwhile, Horizon Forbidden West is sitting at very positive. Yes, another apology to add to the cauldron of existing apologies. Obviously, we have Cyberpunk, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Forspoken, Bethesda, the Gollum game, Battlefield, all these apologies. These people pay full price to be a game tester. That's how people feel. And if you look, here's, the events. Here's what they say about the paid DLC, which is what's driving much of the outrage. And look, I get it. I paid you $70 for the game. Don't even make me question whether or not I have to buy these things. I get it. Like, milking whales is an important thing. It is for these game companies, but in a single player game I already paid $70 for, just let me have the whole damn thing. Let me play the game. You want to sell cosmetics? Fine. All right. You want to sell cosmetics? I don't care. All right. But this is getting out of control. So what they said is obviously they're investigating the crashes, bug fixes, the new game thing. Great. Get those fixed. All items listed below can be obtained in-game or as paid DLC items. Art of Metamorphosis, which is character editor, which is insane. Why would you even charge for that? Ambivalent Rift Incense, that allows you to change pawn inclinations. Port Crystals, which is your fast travel stuff. Wakestone, which is restore the dead. 500 Rift Crystals, points to spend beyond the Rift. Makeshift Gale Key, and Happy Snake Smoke Beacons, which is a Harpy Lure item. Regarding frame rate, there were a large amount of CPU usage allocated to each character in calculating the impact of their physical presence in various areas. In certain situations where numerous characters appear simultaneous, the CPU usage can get very high. Maybe get rid of de novo. Maybe get rid of de novo. I mean, this is insane. You know, smart move, Capcom. Bring shame to whoever approved that DLC list. They're just coming out and clarifying. They're saying like, hey, you can earn the stuff in game or you can buy it. But the problem is, even if it's not true, right? This is the reason people are pissed off. Even if earning it in game is not difficult and you can go ahead and, you know, do that and it's not a big deal, there's always going to be that little voice in the back of your head that thinks, did you make this a little more difficult? Did you, you know, maybe, I don't know because I haven't played the game yet. Maybe having 10 waypoints is not enough. Maybe I need to be able to fast travel to 20 or 30 places more conveniently. Did they know that? Is that why they capped it at 10? You know, all this kind of stuff. You know, get rid of de novo. Get rid of, you know, the stupid microtransactions. Just give people unlimited stuff and let them pay $70 for your game and enjoy it. I think that's enough damn money. You want to sell cosmetics, you want to sell premium early access, which has become a thing. I actually don't care about that. Sell early access, sell cosmetics, sell merch. But don't make me question your motives when you're selling crap like fast travel and all this other stuff. This is a total bummer. Hopefully they change their mind. I'm glad to see the community has risen up and pushed back against this because it's totally unacceptable. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. Follow down below. Remember, tonight, I'll be live every weekday. I am live 5:30 Eastern. Just head to thequartering.com or follow me on Rumble. You'll be able to see me. I'll leave links to both the live stream channels in the description, and we'll talk to you again real soon.